welcome to another Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. I haven't had one of these in a little bit of time because I've been traveling, but when I have something to talk about, have a game to unbox, or want to do a little bit of a playthrough or exploration of a sci-fi or fantasy game, then I'm going to try to schedule them on, a Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. And what do we have today? We have Kardashev Scale from WizKids. The tagline is Nurture Your Civilization to Galactic Scale. And I'm not as familiar with the term Kardashev Scale. The owner of my friendly local gaming store where I got this, we were talking about that a little bit. And, my understanding of it is that it's and I apologize, some of this might be coming from Wikipedia, is a method of measuring a civilization's level of technological advancement based on the amount of energy it is able to use. And so the category is a type 1 civilization, also called a planetary civilization, can use and store all the energy available to its planet. Type 2 civilization, also called a stellar civilization, can use and control energy at the scale of its planetary system. And a type 3 civilization, also called a galactic civilization, can control energy at the scale of its entire host galaxy. So with that, wonder if this game delivers on that scale. First off, just looking at the box here, does this remind you of anything? This kind of reminds me of going through the gate in Expanse. I wonder if they were thinking of that when they did this box cover. Anyway, maybe it's just me. There's the back of the box here, and so right off the bat, we're getting some of the Kardashev, sorry for that, terminology. You got planetary, stellar, and galactic. And my understanding of this game is that it's kind of a glorified rock, paper, scissors as far as you're going to be determining each turn of which resource you want to go through. There's 3 primary resource, and then I think there's a 4th option of develop your galaxy or play a card. And when you play these cards, you got to pay the resources to play them, but you need to have, I believe, you need to have like 2 planetary before you can play a stellar, and you're going to need to have 2 stellar before you play a galactic. So you're basically building a pyramid of cards with planetary as your base, consistent with the Kardashev scale of how much can you use of your different planets, and then stellar, and then galactic on top of that. But you need to have a certain number of these before you can build the next on your layer. Or you can just build a whole bunch of planetary and then a few stellar. But I think the better scoring cards, because this is a game where you're going to score victory points, are probably at the galactic scale. So anyway, so let's get inside the box and see what we get here. And as I've said in previous Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday episodes, I try to focus on war games. This is really a war game centric channel, but if I've got something that I think looks interesting and is war game adjacent, whatever the heck that means, I might pop it out here for y'all as well. So here's the Kardashev, easy for you to say, right? Kardashev Scale. Golly, really struggling with that. WizKids box, nice little standard box there. Got a little catalog for the other games. Okay. You've got I think this is the rule book. So there you have it, folks. We're done. The rules are a grand total of 8 pages on small paper, color, glossy paper, and there's that pyramid I was telling you about. But there's the rules. Wow. Okay. I might be able to get into this before we finish the video. Let's see here. You've got your wheels here. So you've got your components, because you're going to be building these dials here, and these dials are their choices each turn. This is your rock, paper, scissors. So, you know, and you're going to be selecting one of these, and this is, you know, to play a card or advance your civilization or whatever, you know, basically playing cards to your tableau, building that pyramid. But you're going to select one of these, and if one of these beats the other one and the other one beats that one, but if you win your race, and you'll be comparing to whoever's sitting next to you. So if you're playing a 2-player game, it's just a cross, but if you're playing a 3-player game, it's whoever you're sitting between. And if you win, then you get 2 of that resource. If you tie, so if they pick the same thing as that person next to you, then you each get 1 resource. And if you lose, then you get nothing. So that's your rock, paper, scissors type situation there. And then of course, that's to play cards. I'm simplifying it. There's probably a little bit more than that. Oh, here's your rock, paper, scissors. So trade beats conflict, conflict beats research, and research beats trade. So there you have it. And again, this is not a resource. This is where you actually get to play a card. Then you got your tokens, which are basically the resources. And I think this might be the first player token. So you basically, relatively simple game. You got a dial, you've got resources, you've got silica gel, which we all love that. You've got a bag here to probably put your tokens in. And then you have the cards themselves. This is the brackets we're going to need to build our dials, which are basically the engine of the game, is that rock, paper, scissors mechanic. And there's other games that have done that, and there's actually been some quasi war games that have kind of done that. So you get the cards. The cards are, you know, typical WizKid stock. They're not kind of thin, not horrible, but they're not, you know, thick quality type stock. You got your Galactic cards. You've got your Stellar cards. And I wonder what that third one's going to be. Yep, you got your Planetary cards. And so this is the victory point. So as you can see right here, you kind of jump up here. These are the 2 to 5. And then the Galactics are, look at that, 6 to 8 or 5 to 8 or whatever. So, I mean, you know, this is 1 to 3. So you're going to want to get some Galactic out there to win this game. I don't know if there's a viable strategy of just staying at Planetary or with a little bit of Stellar. I just don't know. I don't know what the game end mechanic is. That might be a factor too. I mean, if you can play a fast game and get your cards out quick and somebody's waiting to save up for Galactic, then you might be able to get a victory that way. I just haven't been through that, you know, these exhaustive rules yet to get to that. But then you have your resources. So this is going to take 3 conflict and 2 research to build this card. And then there's also a special power. I wonder if, don't know these symbols. Look like there's different symbols on whether, probably tells you when you can use it or how often you can use it. But you've got some special powers on the cards as well. So you're not just building stuff for victory points. You're building stuff to get these special abilities. And then these special abilities are going to build on each other because you're building this pyramid. And that's going to give you more of these cards and let you do bigger and better things. This was like a big scorer here based on sets of these different cards that you make. And there's some iconography, but I don't think it's, I mean, the resource is pretty basic. There's only 3. There's some iconography on these cards. I don't think that's going to be too difficult because it tells you what it does, and this iconography probably relates to like scoring cards or something like that on there. But anyway, this is kind of I guess a civ builder type game. There's conflict in it, right? You got the conflict symbol, so there's got to be conflict in it. This is just a rock, paper, scissors mechanic Euro where you're building a tableau of cards. But they look pretty interesting, though. So anyway, thought that's what I'd share with you on Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. Hope you're having a great day. The sun is finally shining here. So I'm going to go out and get into it a little bit, but I thought I'd share this with you all. The Kardashev Scale. Golly, how many times am I going to pronounce it? Every time I pronounce it, I'm going to pronounce it different and wrong. Okay? There you have it. So that's what you get in a box of Kardashev Scale. I can't forget the catalog. Oh, and the silicone gel there. Anyway, that's what you get. Hope you enjoy. If this interests you, great. If not, I understand. But I'm going to have some fun with it. And hope you're going to have a good day. Thanks for spending some time with me. Thanks for watching.